Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello. Can you get over there?
You're fine. Just figured we'd take a few minutes to get everybody up on here.
2:02.
It is 2:02. You're standing in front of the quilt again. What does that mean?
That means it's Wednesday. We're doing the Sewing Bee Quilt again.
What are we going to do when there's no sewing bee quilt to do?
I know, right?
Well, we could do this quilt.
We're doing this tomorrow.
Oh, are we?
Yep, the next block.
Which one are we doing tomorrow?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
the
need to
next
look.
block.
Block 3.
Everyone's been posting their blogs.
I know.
Yeah.
I cannot even tell you how that makes me.
You know what? It does me too. It makes it feel like it's worthwhile, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
People are loving doing it, you know?
Well, hello everybody. Oh, Nancy's in DC. I hope you are there for fun, Nancy, and not for work.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody. It's hump day.
It's Sunday. It's Wednesday.
Where's Patrick? Is he coming?
I don't know. He said he was going to do something and he ran away and he has.
Hey, Matt, will you find out if Pat in?
He's getting a joke. He's getting a
Oh,
joke. He's getting a
Patrick's
joke.
getting a joke for you all.
That's why they pay him the big bucks, you know.
Well, you should be able to hear Paula. She's got the microphone on. Is the light flashing?
It's green.
Yep. It should be good.
Okay.
Let's see what is going on.
What's going on? Let's see what's going on. Shall
Okay,
we?
yep.
Okay. So the Next by Annie bag. Oh my gosh, you guys. I saw this today for the first time. It is the Payday Wallet Purse.
Isn't it cute?
Oh, I told Kate this morning, it's like this is a purse you could walk into Macy's and buy. It's so great. So let's start with the back. Has a pocket.
Okay.
It has this great hardware for the handle, the strap.
Mm-hmm.
It's got this back pocket, and then it's got magnets up here in the flap to close it. 2 zippers, you guys. 2 zippers. That's like amazing to me. 2 zippers, a little pocket, a bigger pocket, and then another little tiny pocket here, and then the big main pocket with the little slots for your credit cards and driver's license and stuff like that.
And you know what's really nice? When you fold this down, it keeps its shape right here because there is strapping that is sewn into here.
Of course
And
there is.
yeah, that's what keeps it nice.
Kind of boxy.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Okay, so
this class is going to be April 11th. It's a virtual Zoom class on the 11th from 9 to 12.
okay.
Okay? Love it. Love, love, love it.
And if you're interested in that, we do have a fabric kit available, which will be a fabric and a zipper kit. The hardware I did do separately because I know some of you already own the hardware, but we also do have a hardware kit that will have the slider, the swivels, and the D-ring, and that is $13.99.
Sliders,
Swivels,
and D-ring. I don't know any of
and a
those
wide
things.
mouth.
And a wide mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know at all what you're talking about because I don't do bags.
Well,
That's
it sounds like you should do this
I
bag.
need to do this bag.
Yeah. And then in addition to that, you will need the webbing strapping, and you will also need the magnetic closures. And I did put all of those up on today's page. Patrick, are you coming?
Should I?
Yes, you should.
Wandering around.
Yeah. So they're saying that they can't hear Paula.
Are they still saying that now?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm on. I'm green.
I don't know. You have to get really close because
I guess.
I'm coming in close.
Can they hear me?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Can they hear me now?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Hi everyone. Happy Hump Day. Did you say it was Hump Day?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
You did. That's
Yes.
good. So what announcements? I heard you guys talking about fishing.
Fishing?
No, we talked about D-rings for the bag that Kate's going to teach.
I heard wide mouth. I heard.
You sound like me because I don't know what those are.
Okay, so
Awesome.
the wallet bag class is on April the 11th from 9 to 12.
That's good.
And we do have kits available. And then we have pieces and parts things. Everything's up on the website.
Okay.
All right. I have a joke too, by the way.
Okay, do your joke.
Okay, I hope I can remember it.
I hope you can remember
Can
it.
everybody hear me?
No, not very well.
Oh, that's good, because
so
I
weird.
might mess up this joke.
Okay.
All right, so a woman was talking to her husband, and the husband said, "Wow, you look really, really good, honey. You've been losing a lot of weight." She said, "Yeah, I've been going to a hypnotist, and he's been helping me lose weight." And she said,
That sounds dangerous already.
yes. So she said, "Honey, you know, you haven't been very good in the bedroom lately. Maybe you should go see the hypnotist." So the husband says, "That's a good idea." So he goes to the hypnotist. So goes home. He's making mad, passionate love to his wife one night. And just, it's phenomenal. So he actually stops. No, I messed this up. I can't do this. You guys are all turning red.
You have to finish. You should
All
have
right.
brought it with you.
So he said, "Hold on 1 second." He goes into the bathroom, comes back out, goes back with his wife, makes mad, passionate love. She said, "Honey, it's never been like that before. I want it to be like that all the time." He says, "Hold on 1 minute." He goes into the bathroom, comes back out. Once again, goes back and makes mad, passionate love to his wife again. She said, "Honey, I can't believe this is so incredible." So he said, "Hold on 1 minute." This time she sneaks in and follows behind him, and she sees him looking in the mirror saying, "Oh, see, I messed this all up. I can't do this."
You can't stop now.
I have to, because I messed up the entire punchline.
Well, you got to give
Can you
us
wing it?
something.
Can you wing it?
I'll tell it tomorrow.
Okay. So I do want to share that I think I know where you got this joke from.
It's
And-
very funny.
And she showed it to me and my husband about a week ago. She said, "This is not for live, but I thought you might enjoy it." And here you are on live.
I messed it up, though. Really bad.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. Goodbye.
Okay.
Y'all good luck.
Goodbye.
God bless.
Do you have anything else for us, Patrick?
No, I don't. I messed it up.
You messed it up?
I messed it up
I gotta
completely.
go. I need to go read that joke.
Okay. And you're not going to be here tomorrow.
I'm not.
So now you're going to keep all of these ladies waiting till next week for your punchline.
For my punchline, well, I've got to do the whole joke over again.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't
Now-
you guys get started? I'm going to go rehearse, and I'll be back and I'll do the joke today.
They
How's
can't
that
wait.
sound? Okay.
They cannot wait.
Another day
All
in
right.
the life of Above and Beyond.
Oh my
We are not
gosh.
responsible for some things.
We are not responsible for what comes out of his mouth.
Wow.
Okay. What you got here, Paula?
So this is the next Serger Club project.
Mhm.
This super cool table runner.
I'm going to come in close.
Okay. It's okay. He's talking about the joke now. I'm all discombobulated. So this is making flying geese and then using really cool embroidery stitches, right? Making this
You're going to decorate fabric and then
make flying geese.
flying geese out of
Table
them.
runner.
He's going to come back. He is going to come back. He's going to go find it and come back.
Everybody's all discombobulated.
They're all saying that's funnier than the joke.
Welcome to our world.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
okay, we have a couple of other things. We have a giveaway.
let's do the date and stuff on that class.
Oh, for
So that one
right.
is the next Serger Club, and that one is going to be April the 14th. So April the 14th from 9 until 12. I know Serger Club is normally a 2-hour class. I have given us a little bit extra time on there. The class is $10 and the fabric kit is $29.99.
Okay. Super cute. Super cute.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. So that's 2 classes. Okay. Now we have our giveaway.
And this is going to Christine Tonili.
Okay.
Tonili?
I don't know.
Is that how she pronounces her
I'm not
name?
sure. Yeah.
Christine.
It's a little zipper bag. It's really cute.
It is really cute. We will send this down to Littleton for you.
Okay. Yay.
The serger project is all serger with the exception of the quilting and the binding. So the decorating and all the piecing is done on the serger, Nancy.
Ask me how I know. Because I asked Kate if I could help. And Kate said, yeah, but you have to do it on the serger.
And she did. And she did.
Okay, all right. So
Okay.
we also have this cute Easter bag that Kate did yesterday at the Thornton store for our demo. Super cute. It's pink with some really cute striped lining.
Uh-huh.
We do have kits available for this, and it's actually enough to make 2 baskets.
But they get one boy and one girl.
Yep, they get blue and pink with 2 linings.
Perfect.
Yep, and that is $11.99.
And the information on where to get the free pattern is inside the kit for you.
Exactly. Okay, super cute.
Yep, it is really cute.
All right, is that everything?
I think so. We better get stitching.
We better get stitching. We have a lot to do today.
Okay.
Okay, so today, up until now, we've done all the star blocks. We have done the tulip, pieces and parts of the tulip block,
Uh-huh.
pieces and parts of the daisies, which
Yep.
we're going to put together next week, I believe.
Okay.
Today, we're going to make the hydrangeas, and we're actually going to put the hydrangea block
And there's 2 different
together.
blocks.
There's 2 different blocks. These pinwheels she's calling hydrangeas in her pattern. This is Jill Lilly Studios. This is her pattern. She does a YouTube video every Monday, so we're following along with her.
Okay.
So we're going to make these pinwheel blocks, which are the hydrangeas, and then we're going to make the entire block, the entire section here and here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
Looks like you already got them done.
Yep, I got some done. Okay, so like we talked about, we have all of our star blocks done. All 50 some of them.
The zipper bag that we just gave away was a donation to us, Barbara, so we did not do that as a live.
Super cute. So we have the star blocks. We've got the pieces and parts for the tulip blocks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that again next week because we're going to talk about how we're going to do the stems. We're going to applique the stems and then also get the tops and the bottoms of the stems included in the seam allowance.
Okay.
We're not just plopping them on. We don't want a lot of raw edges.
Raw edges.
And then we also, last week we did the daisy blocks and the stems.
Mm-hmm.
So again, pieces and parts, and we'll finish putting those together. One of these days. I think it's next week, and I think you're on next week to put the whole pieces and parts of the whole block together.
Oh, that's me.
I think so.
Oh.
I think we thought it was me, but then you missed a week, so now I think it's you. But that's okay. We can do this together.
Okay. I have some work to do before next week.
We are going to be making these pinwheel blocks, which she calls hydrangeas. There's the dark blue and the light blue if you followed along with us with the kit. And we are going to make a dark blue one and a light blue one. Then on page 10 of her pattern, they're the hydrangea units. We're going to put together this unit and this unit.
And we need 2 of each unit, right?
You need 2 of each unit, one for the top, one set for the top row, one set for the bottom row.
Got
We're just making one row, so we're just going to make one of each right
Okay.
now. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the hydrangea units are your typical pinwheel units. Okay. I get my wits about me here. So for each hydrangea or each pinwheel, you need 2 background pieces and 2 dark blue, and then you need 2 background units and 2 light blue.
Okay.
I have drawn a line from corner to corner. On each side, we're going to sew 1/4 inch on both sides of the drawn line. We're going to cut it out right on the drawn line, cut them, press them open, then sew them together into a pinwheel, and then we're going to trim them.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Patrick's joke fiasco has thrown me off a little bit. I'm trying to get my concentration back.
Renee, we have had some beautiful weather here this last week.
All right. So I have moved. I've set my machine. I'm on the chorus. so that I put it in the Q2 menu, which move the needle over so I can use the edge of my J-foot as my 1/4 inch guide.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch on each side of the drawn line, and I'm going to go ahead and chain piece these.
You're doing dark and light together?
I'm doing a light and a dark, the background and the dark, and then I'm going to do the background and the light.
Okay.
And I used a Frixion pen to draw the lines so that when you press them, the line disappears. You can also use a pencil. So I'm just chain piecing these. Now I'm going to go back and do the other side. So I'm just lining up the edge of my foot right on the drawn line.
Okay.
How can I help you?
You guys have lots of them or no? Okay, so
Okay, I'm going to cut them apart. I'm going to cut them right down the drawn line. And I'm going to press them open. I'm going to press everything towards the blues. And I want to make sure, I think we have to trim everything. We have to trim all of these triangle squares to 2 by 2. So we're going to have to go over and trim everything. Everything's just a little bit oversized, which is kind of nice when you're making triangle squares.
Can't you just sew the pinwheel together and trim it down?
You can. You can if you want to. Either way.
Because does she have you trim it again after the pinwheel's together?
She says that the pinwheel should be 3.5 inches. So we can wait and do it all at the same time. It just depends on how your triangle squares look. If they're a little cockeyed, you might want to trim them. But if they're pretty straight on, you can do that as well.
Well, I'm working with a professional today, so I'm sure hers are going to be pretty spot on.
You want to talk about panels? We didn't talk about panels.
Yep. So we have just 2 panels still available. So these are the panels. I'm going to open one up here. So if you have been wanting to follow along, but you didn't get a panel, here is your chance. This is 2/3 of a yard. It's just a little under $8. Based on the $11.99 a yard fabric. So there's this panel with the books and this panel with the bee on it, which is super cute. So I think it's $7.91 is the price, and we just have 2 of these panels left. If anybody is wanting our last 2 panels, you can let us know on here.
They're actually not books. It's a bee skep or something. It's a bee thing. It looks like books, yeah.
So Donna West will take 1.
Okay.
Of course, I didn't bring a pen over here.
Screenshot. Okay. So I'm just going to trim off these little ears, and then I'm going to sew them together, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to trim the whole pinwheel rather than trimming each piece, because they end up being like 2 1/8 or something like that, so they can be trimmed down.
And Elaine Bender will take the other one.
Okay. And I don't know if you've seen online, like somebody made a bag using the panel. 1 panel for each side of the
isn't
bag.
that cool?
So cute. if I made bags, I would be really tempted.
So Judy is the third person that wants the panel. Judy, we are holding one panel back, although Paula and I are not making a full quilt, but we are holding one panel back that we need to use for cutting techniques to show on live. So we will let you have the cut panel when we trim it all down, if you would like that one.
Okay, so I'm going to put these back together again, and I'm going to go ahead and sew these together, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to trim them as a pinwheel.
Okay. So Judy, you were the third person. So like I just said, if you want the panel, it's not going to be available for a week or two until we get to that point. But if you want that one, you can have the one that we will use as our demonstration to cut.
Okay.
I love it.
I do too. So we're going to sew these together, and then we're going to add these little squares to the corners to round them out to make it look like more of a flower shape.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
So I'm going to sew these two together and these two together, and then I'm going to press. When I sew these two together, I'm going to press towards the blue.
Okay.
Both the top and the bottom.
Okay.
And I will tell you, so I've grabbed these two together. I'm going to place them together, and I'm going to kind of nest the
They do
seams.
nest right in, don't they?
And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over because I want to start sewing from the corners where they meet. Because if you start sewing, sometimes
They might shift.
They might shift a little bit. They might not match up, and this bottom corner
Is
might
where
not.
the star is.
Exactly. You want it all to kind of line up so it lays nice and flat and smooth.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to put them together. I'm going to nest these seams, and then I'm just going to flip it over to make sure that I start with the center
Got him.
pieces. The center.
And then we're going to go trim.
And then after we sew them together, we're going to trim. So here again, I'm going to grab these two, I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to start sewing up here where these seams and points meet to make sure that I get it nice and sharp.
Becky, at this point, I don't have any panels for baby boys, although I did just order, I don't know when we're getting them though, a baby boy kit and baby girl kits that were super cute.
I'm going to press towards the blue this way and towards the blue this way.
Okay. We do have, and I can bring them out if you're interested in seeing them, we do have some baby jelly rolls that are gray and white and like an aqua teal and white.
Super cute.
Really, really pretty. It's like all together in one jelly roll. If anybody's interested in seeing those, I can bring those out.
Okay. And because I started, when I sewed the pairs together, my center of my pinwheel's nice and sharp.
It
So
looks
we're going to
great.
do this one, and then we'll do the dark blue one.
Okay. And for all of our Radiance owners, we did send out an email. Patrick sent out an email today. At least those people that did the deposits should have got the email today. So go check your emails if you were one of the original Radiance deposit people. Bring it on, Miss Cindy. Matthew? I'm going to ask Matt to bring these out for me, Cindy, so just a second.
We have these beginning sewing classes once a month.
On that shelf in your office, there is the gray and white and blue and white. They're called strips from Benetex. The baby one. Can you bring those out, please?
It's a flat pack, not like a jelly roll, but a flat pack.
Patrick,
Yep.
are you ready?
I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
You don't have it written down?
What?
You don't have it written down?
No.
You're going to attempt this a second time.
am, but I'm
Oh
ready
my
this time.
gosh. I don't think I'm ready. I'm leaving.
Hold on, I'm going to get my mic so everybody can hear.
I'm
That
good.
was the problem. I didn't have my mic earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the problem.
uh-huh.
Okay, so here's our dark blue one.
I love it.
Okay.
You don't need this one?
Okay.
No.
I want to go trim these now. We need to trim them down to 3.5
Okay,
inches.
we're gonna come watch
go
you.
Use the rotating mat and a 3.5-inch ruler,
Okay.
which is perfect for this.
Let's go watch Paula, and then I will show you the fabric, and then Patrick might have something really fun for you. Can't wait.
All right. So I got my rotating mat, and I've got a 3.5-inch ruler, which is super, super helpful. You're going to want to center your ruler on your block because your block, look, is bigger than 3.5 inches, and this is where you want it to end up.
Okay.
So we're going to take this diagonal line here, and we're going to line it up along here.
And then it's going to
And
be
then it's going to be one, let's see, let me get my bearings here.
1.75, right?
Right, yep. 1.75. So here's 1, and then here's 1/4 and 1/2 and 3/4.
Okay.
So that's where I want this line to be. And then here is 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4. So I want to make sure that I have 1 3/4 and 1 3/4.
Okay.
And then the diagonal line going across the diagonal. Okay. So this is basically centered our ruler in our block. So we're
And
just,
this is why the rotating mat is so important, right?
because you can just leave it on there, rotate the mat, and then do the
Whoa,
other
look
two.
at
I know,
that.
right? It's
And
pretty
look, we're
sweet.
using the brand new
Kimberbell
Kimberbell
rotating mat.
mat.
That's why it rotates so nice.
It's pretty smooth.
And
Really smooth.
Darla, I did see your order. Thank you. We
Okay.
will make sure we get that taken care of for
Okay,
you.
so now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line up our diagonal line. We're going to make sure we have 1 3/4 this way, 1 3/4 this way. So here's our diagonal line here. 1 3/4. Here's 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4. That's what we want to line this up on. And then same thing here. Here's our 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4. We want to line it up on this line here.
Okay.
And that basically centers the ruler. And then we're going to turn it.
Thank you.
And we're going to do, you always want to go away from yourself first. You never ever want to cut,
Unless you've got good health insurance.
not even then. Never cut towards yourself. Always cut away. And then I'm right-handed, so I'm always going to cut this way. If you're left-handed, you're going to cut the other way. But never ever come down and cut under yourself, or cut this way, because that's just asking for trouble. Okay, so now we're going to go add the corner squares.
Okay.
Why don't I end with the joke?
You're going to end with the joke?
Yeah, we'll end the Facebook Live with a joke.
Can you turn your mic off just in case?
I will.
Because I don't know what you're going to do for the next 10 minutes. He'll have his mic on and
Really embarrassing.
he'd be in the bathroom or something knowing our luck.
Another day at Above and Beyond. All
Okay.
right, so I moved my needle back to needle center position, and I'm going to put on my laser light. If you don't have a laser, you can draw a diagonal line from corner to corner, or these are pretty small squares. You could probably eyeball it.
Quilter Select does not have a rotating mat. They do have a cut and press, so they have their mat on one side, and then they have a wool mat on the other side, and that is really
Which
nice.
is really nice, yeah. So I'm going to sew, from corner to corner, and I'm going to put one of these 1-inch squares, or whatever they are. What are they? 1 3/8 on all 4 corners.
Okay. I will get you a price on that mat here in just a moment, Mary.
Anyways, okay, so
And you can also chain piece these as well. But I'm only making 2, so I'm just doing them one at a time.
So the 1.75 on the ruler is the center point of the ruler, Roxy. You just need to make sure that it goes to the center of your block, because your block might be not completely centered, if that makes sense. Okay. The Kimberbell rotating mat is $53.98 before the discount, Mary.
It's a really nice one. It's really smooth.
Okay, I'm going to do my best to show you this jelly roll, or as they call it, strips. So it is, it's kind of like a 2-for-1. So you get half of the strips that are in gray and white and half of the strips that are in teal and white. And when you look at these, you've got little ginghams, you've got stripes, you've got teddy bears and all sorts of little baby icons on there. Let's see if I can you slip this open so that I can pull some of these back to show them?
Just here at the top?
Yeah. So I'm going to have Paula open this up a little bit so I can pull back some of the fabrics to show you. So this is a jelly roll, so to speak, that we did get on sale. So this normally should be $44.99, and we are going to do them for $34.99. And I actually think if you were to add some gray, you could do a baby quilt with this segment. And if you added the teal, you could do another baby quilt with this segment. But let's take a look at some of these prints. So this has a little flower on it. This one's got building blocks. This one's just got a really small little print on it. Look at this stripe. That stripe is really pretty. And then a little dot, a little print. This one's got like prams. What do you call them? You don't call them prams. Do you call them a stroller? I actually have a pram like this that I brought from England, and it's still at my house.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'll have to show you a picture of it. This one's got little booties on it. Rocking horses. Some wording, and then it's the exact same, but all with the gray. So cute. Make great baby quilt. And we're waiting for more to come in on it, but yes, we do.
Okay. So we've made our hydrangeas. You're going to make a total of 18. Some dark and some light. Okay, so we've made many.
Does it matter how many lights and how many darks you make?
She tells you specifically.
Okay.
If you need to cut 20 2.5-inch dark blue squares, 16 2.5-inch light blue squares.
Okay.
And then you're going to cut
all the whites.
All the whites, the 2.5-inch squares and the 1 3/8-inch squares.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we have now made half of the hydrangeas, because we're only making one row of the tulips and the daisies and the hydrangeas. Okay, so we have made these now. Okay, now we're going to skip ahead a little bit to page 10, where we're going to put the hydrangea units together.
Okay.
You need one of these and one of these for each pieced flower row.
Okay.
Okay. Some of them you're going to throw in with the daisies, but we're just going to make the 2 units that just are the hydrangeas.
Okay.
So I will tell you, when you cut these background pieces, they're all labeled here. It's great. They're also in the cutting instructions. Here's the cutting, all of the cutting that you should have done. They're also in here, but they're labeled here.
So you know exactly what
you need to do. So when you cut your pieces, you have to be sure to label your pieces. I cut apart little stickers, and I put all of the dimensions on the little stickers on every piece.
Okay.
Because it's way easy to get them wrong.
To pick out the wrong piece.
Yeah. Because there's 1.5 by 2.5, 1.5 by 3.
So you're going to lay these out?
Yep. So we're going to lay them out.
Okay.
So these are a little bit washed out right here, but this is the light blue and this is the dark blue.
Okay.
And then we're going to lay out the background pieces.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, Becky, this was the one that I was thinking of for a little boy. I actually think if you put a pop of pink in there, you could make it for a girl too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go here. So I've got my 4.5 by 6.5 up here, and then I've got my light blue hydrangea. Then we're gonna do 1.5 by 3.5. That's gonna go here. And then I have my dark blue hydrangea, and then 1.5 by 3.5 underneath it. And then after you sew these together, you're going to sew the 1.5 by 4.5 to the side.
Got it.
So we're going to sew these two together to this, these two together to this, and then put it all together. So
Okay.
let's start with that one, okay? Okay. And I'm going to take the stickers off as I go.
Oh, Nancy, that is a great idea. My husband would love you for that. He's not impressed that I still have it.
Your pram?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
Nancy said you should bring it in and do a baby display.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it would just be cute sitting in a room with quilts in it. That's my first thought.
Uh-huh.
I had my childhood baby crib in my sewing room for years and years and years, and it had the quilts that I made.
All three of my
stacked up.
boys used it.
Oh.
And I had like one of the big sun canopies that went over the top of it. And
Oh.
yeah, I loved it. I was hoping that maybe one of my daughter-in-laws might want it, but I guess it's pretty dated.
Is it white? Wicker?
No,
Oh.
no, it's navy blue corduroy.
Oh. That's cool. That's so cool. Okay, so now we're sewing one on each of these. Yeah, my grandpa made me a doll crib when I was a little girl, and I saved it and saved it and saved it and put it in my sewing room and put stacked quilts on it. So
Really?
just last year I gave it to my granddaughter for her birthday, for her babies. And she sends me pictures of her babies all set up in it, yeah. So now I'm going to press, and I'm going to go ahead and just press towards the white. Okay. So now we're going to go back over here. We're going to make sure we got them sitting in the right spot. Got that here. Got that here. And then we have this one to the side.
Okay,
So I'm going to go ahead and sew these two together and these two together. And then we're going to sew the whole thing together.
got it.
Okay. Oh, got a sticker sticking to my shirt.
Uh-oh. We most certainly can do that for you, Becky.
I'm kind of excited about this now because we've been getting ready to get ready to.
We're
get
almost getting ready.
And now we're starting to put stuff together.
We're like,
Super excited. It's going to start looking like something now.
we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with ours because we are not making the full quilt
We're just making
a second time.
pieces and parts. Yeah.
Yes. So we are going to have a lot of pieces and parts that we're going to teach you how to put it all together, but we're going to get creative with what we're going to do.
That's that royal we again.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be a manager special.
You too can have pieces and parts. Okay. So there we go. And I'm just going to sew these two together.
Love it.
And look at it all is the same size. That just is.
Isn't that
makes me
cool?
so happy.
So this is the unit that Paula has just done right here. And then she's going to get ready to do this unit right here. So this one's got a lot more bits and pieces. But it looks like it would be pretty easy.
It's just putting them together. Like a puzzle.
Looks like she's going to do these 3 units together. These 2 to this one. This segment to this one. And then...
Probably this one and this. Sew them together and add that to the side. How does that look?
And then we got one last seam.
And then sew it all together.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay,
Got
so
it.
here's this one.
Oh, I love it. Very pretty.
I do too. I love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. So now let's do this one. So here's our 1.5 by 8 inch. And again, can I even tell you how much you need to label your pieces? Please label your pieces. You'll save yourself a lot of aggravation.
They're too close.
They are. They're 1.5, 2 inches, 2.5. They're super close. And I have on the chorus here, we have the extension table that has the inches and stuff, which is awesome because you can always double check yourself. But if you don't have that or a ruler or something real close, you can cause yourself some frustration. Okay, so we're going to start with the dark blue.
Oh, Linda, you're too funny. In England, they're called a pram.
What is she saying?
She said they were called buggies or baby carriages when I was a baby, but of course that was when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Okay, so up here we want the 4.5 by 3, so we're going to put that here to the side. We have 1.5 by 3.5. That's why it's super important to make sure that all of your pinwheel blocks are 3.5 inches. Because if they're not, this is not going to go together very well. You'll be kind of sad. And then 3.5 by 2 is going to go here. And then this is going to go underneath. And we got another dark blue one here. And 3.5 by 3 is going to go next to it. And then another dark blue one here, under here. And under that's 3.5 by 2.5. It's going to go there.
Oh, wow.
And then we have our dark blue one. We have 3.5 by 2. And then we have our light blue here. And I have a random 1.5 by 3.5, and it goes right here. Okay.
Got it. Look at that.
I was like, oh no. I even double checked myself. Okay. So again, let's see. How are we going to do this? We're going to sew these 3 together, these 2, and then we're going to sew that to that.
Okay.
And then we're going to sew these 3 together, these 3 together, and then we're going to sew that to it.
Okay.
Okay. So we kind of got it situated a little bit to figure out where we're at. Okay. So 3.5 by 1.5 on the top.
And then I always think when you're doing this, laying it back down in its correct position so you don't rotate these blocks around.
Exactly. You always want to make sure you do that. So we got this here, and then we're going to sew that to our 3.5 there.
That's the non-stick.
And I have moved my needle back to the 1/4 inch Q2. This last week when I started sewing these together, they didn't match. And I was like, why are they not matching?
You still had it in
That
the
is
center
why.
needle.
Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and press these both towards
Out.
the white.
Okay. And then she's going to sew these 2 together. And we're going to give her a helping hand here.
Yep, that goes there. Okay, these 2 go together.
And
Okay.
then that one goes
And
on
that
top.
Okay. Takes a village.
This quilt, it does. There's a lot to this quilt.
And I'm going to go ahead and press this first, and then I'm going to sew it to this. Okay.
So I just saw a message from Barbara, and yes, they are supposed to be discounted. So Matthew? Give us a few minutes, Barbara, and I'll get Matt to take care of that for me. But he's not listening.
Okay. So there we go. So there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these together.
And Christine, that would be a great idea. She said the cross hatch quilt, the one I did with those purples and we showed on Comment Sold last week, that would make a good quilt with those strips.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't think it matters which way you press this because it's not going to nest with anything. But I'm going to go ahead and press it this way to the light blue because there's just one less seam.
Okay. Sharon, what is the weather like down with you? Is it getting hot yet?
I'm so excited. Look at that. All right. Now we're going to sew these together. We're just going to sew this row and this row.
Okay. I got my hand up like I'm in school or something. I figured if I put my hand up, maybe somebody will come over and talk to me.
Attention to you.
Hey there.
Are we ready?
No, we're not ready. I forgot to put discounts on today's products. Can somebody take care of that for me, please? Thank you.
Okay. And then I'm going to add this one to the bottom.
Nancy, I don't think that they are quite ready with the trolleys for the Radiance. Let me check into that.
Okay.
I might have missed it, but I don't.
So we've got this unit. We need to make sure that we put it back the right way. So this is the shorter rectangle.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
the longer rectangle.
Uh-huh.
So make sure when you put it back, I lied. Bigger rectangle goes on top. Smaller rectangle goes on the bottom. Okay? Read all the words on your pattern.
Uh-huh.
Look at all the pictures, read all the words.
Connie says you're almost caught up with me. Of course we're not caught up with you.
We'll never catch up with Connie.
Okay, do you think if I put my hand up in the air again like I'm at school, you think somebody else will come help me?
We can hope.
Okay, it's going up. Let's see how long it takes somebody to come.
Okay, and now we're going to add the light blue to the other end.
One of my cooking websites had a recipe for bangers and mash. I'm going to make it. It is absolutely amazing, but you have to make onion gravy to go with it, Renee.
What's a banger?
What's a banger? It's a sausage.
Oh, okay, okay. Oops, I think I just ran out of thread. A banger is just like a sausage, like a link, or like a flat round sausage?
What's a flat round sausage?
Like a breakfast
Oh,
sausage.
no.
We're talking like a sausage link?
Yes.
Okay, like the real deal? Is that a fake sausage?
Oh my gosh. You would never last in England. So just for information, my arm is still up and no one's coming to assist me.
Patrick, Matt,
My arm's going to ache here.
somebody? Matt?
Not too hot yet.
So do you put the sausage like?
Well, Sharon, that's about what we've got. We've been hitting right at 70. Finally, my arm's aching. Okay, now I need more help.
What?
I need to go find a quilt, so you might need to hold the camera.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. Leaving me with the troublemaker?
I know, huh?
Okay. All right. So we've got these two sewn. We're making hydrangea units for our
Hydrangea.
they're
Wow,
pinwheels
that's awesome.
that we've turned into flowers. We call them hydrangeas, and we're making these units for the
That's a fancy flower block.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've made these 2 units. We're going to sew them together, and then we're going to sew this to this. And luckily, we put all the pieces and parts in the right spot because look at that. They're all going to go together. That's always a relief.
Hydrangea, I didn't even know ya. Look at how pretty that is. Wow.
Okay, so this is the crosshatch quilt.
They probably can't hear you.
This is the crosshatch quilt.
This is the crosshatch quilt.
Oh my God. When are you leaving town again?
Tomorrow?
This is the one that we thought would be a really good pattern for this one. And then you can just pick like a dark teal or a dark green.
Yeah, it's very
in
pretty.
here.
Yeah, look at that.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Very cool.
And the crosshatch quilt is a free pattern.
Melody wants to know, did you staple the bottom of your pages on purpose? Or did the...
It was a Kate thing. I don't know.
She says
When
it's
it came
genius.
to me, it was stapled on the bottom, and it is totally genius.
Yeah, that's right.
It was an accident.
It was totally genius. Own it, Kate. Own it.
That's right. That's perfect. Yeah, that's very pretty quilt, though. Are we going to teach that?
No, that was comment sold last week.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
So we had jelly rolls in that line, and we put it together with a kit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Patrick. Okay. So we sewed on this last rectangle here. So now this is this unit here, and then we're going to sew it to the top unit that we made.
Okay. Patrick, don't go too far because you're going to be up here very, very soon.
You better remember his joke.
I know exactly what his joke is.
Okay. All right, here we go. So now we're going to sew these together. Look at that. They're going to fit. I love it when that happens. And nothing really nests here, but you can pin it if you want to, just to kind of help, hold it in place.
So we probably will be starting mystery here pretty soon. Are you ready to start mystery, Patrick?
I'm very ready.
You got it all cut out and ready to go, right?
Exactly.
It's a big one.
It's going to be
gonna be
so
great.
fun, by the way.
It's really going to be cool.
If anybody buys today's jelly roll, I will print off that pattern for you and put it with the jelly roll if you want it.
Okay, and I'm just going to press.
Even if you're not doing this quilt, these little blocks,
Super cute.
I think they're great.
Okay, so we have one of these and one of these. You need to make one of each for the top floral row. Let me show you. This row and this row are exactly the same.
Okay.
Just like kind of rearranging your light pinks and your dark pinks for your daisies. So for each row, you're going to need one of these little hydrangea units and one of these hydrangea units. So we made this one and this one today. So next week, we get to start putting it all together. Super exciting.
Linda, I don't know if you are meaning this strip collection that we were showing today, which is a baby collection, or whether you are asking about this purple one. And if you're asking about the purple one, I will need to check. That was an item from comments sold last week, and I don't know if we have any of those jelly rolls left. But let me know.
I'm picking off threads.
You're picking off threads? Okay. I think you're up, Patrick.
Are we ready?
Your turn.
Oh, yeah, we're ready. I'm sitting down this time.
I was waiting for everybody to get off before I tried this again. So I'm really nervous Should I be?
Linda,
Maybe
you
you should have brought it the printed out version of it.
It's on video is the problem.
Oh.
So I had to go through it in my head, but I rehearsed it over and over and over again, so I think I got it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So a husband and his wife were having a conversation, and he said, "Honey, you look so good. What have you been doing to lose all that weight?" She said, "Honey, I've been going to a hypnotist, or I went to a hypnotist, and it's really, really easy. All I have to do every time I'm hungry is go stand in front of a mirror and say, I don't need to eat. I don't need to eat. I don't need to eat. And all of a sudden that feeling goes away and I don't have to eat." She said, "You've been a little bit lackluster in the bedroom. Maybe you should go try the hypnotist and maybe he can help you." And the husband agrees. And so he goes to the hypnotist. He comes back from the hypnotist and he said, they're just about to make love. And he said, "Wait 1 second, honey." And he goes into the bathroom. He comes back and makes mad, passionate love to his wife. She's like, absolutely can't believe it after he's done. He says, "Honey, I want this to be like this all the time." So he says, "Hold on, I'll be right back." He goes back into the bathroom. He comes back after a few seconds and again makes mad, passionate love to his wife. She said, "Oh my God, I can't believe what the hypnotist has done to you. I just can't believe it." He said, "Hold on 1 second. Gets back out of the bed. This time she sneaks out behind him and goes into the bathroom and he doesn't realize that she's there. And she sees him in the mirror saying, "She's not my wife. She's not my wife. She's not my wife."
This is not funny.
Oh,
All right, I think I got it out, did I?
Yeah. How are you going to follow that one? Would you like to say farewell to all of your listeners?
Exactly. I'm actually off. My son is getting married in April, so I feel honored actually, but I feel really nervous. I was invited to his bachelor party.
You're not going to be able to keep up with them.
No way. A bunch of 30-somethings and me. So it's going to be an adventure.
good luck and God bless.
Yeah, so wish me luck. And if you hear of any arrests in Scottsdale, it hopefully wasn't me. All right, everybody.
Oh,
Out
okay.
of here.
We are out. Let's see what's tomorrow.
Me, I'm doing the next block of Rocky Mountain Sample, block 3.
Great. It'll be the Paula and Kate show again.
So sorry.
Okay, we'll
right,
see
bye,
you all
everyone.
tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.